Let's take this one more time. Gas plus electricity plus internet equals $102.63. You just write that number right here.
Sophie, this is just so much more than I was expecting to pay in utilities.
Look, I don't know what kind of showers you take because this is certainly not my fault. I've never seen such an expensive bill.
My showers are perfectly normal length.
Look, if you're having trouble, ask to be paid at your internship.
I can't just ask them for money. They aren't making enough to pay their interns.
And you are not making enough to pay for your share of the utilities.
I will pay it. I'll sing on the subway if I have to.
Oh my God. I have to go to my shift at Starbucks.
What if I told you to go demand some actual work shifts at Starbucks, huh? Would you just waltz up to your manager and say, oh, you should schedule me more often because my writing career isn't working out like I planned?
Look, just have the check on the refrigerator by Wednesday.
What are you doing out here?
Cheryl and Ruth just left for their lunch meeting. Ready?
Oh, I can't.
It's Tuesday. The babysitters are gone. Let's go.
Well, we went to lunch last Tuesday and the week before that.
What? You're not hungry? I'm sure they can whip up some oatmeal for you.
Andy, I'm having a bit of trouble with...
Trouble? Well, then we definitely need to talk about it. Over lunch.
She said that I should talk with Cheryl about being paid.
Bad idea, honey. If you were on stable ground, maybe, but considering the way she nitpicks you, I wouldn't push it.
Well, things have been going a lot better lately. I mean, she was even pleased with how quickly I compiled a press sheet.
Oh, well, what about your parents? You know, maybe they could help you.
Are you kidding? They want me home so that I can find a sensible job and come over for Sunday night dinners. They would be overjoyed if things didn't work out for me here. I mean, how are you managing? It's not like they're paying you either.
My parents invested in New York real estate in the 80s. One of the apartments is available, so I'm staying there.
So you're living there for free?
If I had gone for investment banking, things would be different. But considering the economy, my mom says I should focus on my career without having to worry about paying rent.
Hey, I mean, if you ever need a roommate.
Subtle, Amy. You know, maybe your parents make a good point. You could go home, save some money, come back.
You know, it took a lot of effort to get here. I'm not just gonna give up now. Let's run. We have 4 minutes to make it back.
They're not gonna let you go for being 2 minutes late, Amy.
I'm not taking any chances. Hey, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm good. Just checking out my wardrobe to see what I can sell consignment.
Yeah?
Yeah, you know, there's this store on 7th Avenue that you should check out. Maybe you could raise some money to write out that check.
I am so sorry. I'll get it for you right now.
The bank is already closed, Amy. Check. Does anybody have a home? No, some people just live their life.
7 days less than I had planned? What a mess. Why am I such a mess?
The way I see it, if you don't like the road you're walking, you start paving another one.
Dolly?
And put on a pair of high heels. That always helps me get out of a funk.
Is really you?
Well, who else do you know that's got a pair of girls like this and a smile like this? I think you need more than just a hug.
Oh, Dolly, I just feel so lost.
You're not lost. You just have to remember that we all started out this way. I don't like to give advice. I say to thine own self be true. But when your dreams are feeling broken, here's a little hope to help you glue. When I first moved to Nashville, dirt poor and obscure, all I had were my songs and my guitar and the faith that I'd endure. And if I were a New Yorker, standing in your shoes, I'd get back on my feet, drum another beat, say I'm sore, but I ain't gonna lose. And if I were a New Yorker, or from Nashville or some other town, I'd pick up my chin, say I'm in it to win, and nobody's gonna get me down. Especially not myself. Now you try it.
I live on dreams and stories, and of course on the songs you sing. And I tell myself, just work harder, and you'll make it through the winter and spring. But when every door is closing, and my faith is running low, how do I even get started? Is there something else I've got to know?
If I were a New Yorker, standing in your shoes, I'd work with what the good Lord gave me. If not these, then your brain or tattoos. If I were a New Yorker, or from Nashville or some other town, I'd pick up my chin, say I'm in it to win, and nobody's gonna get me down. Did you know when I first moved to Nashville, I spent years poking feet at the door. I sang for other folks on demos, hoping for the chance to pull my songs out of the old sock drawer. Now I know I have been lucky. I've enjoyed my share of success. And while no one can make any promises, I have faith that you'll get through this mess. And if I were a New Yorker, standing in your shoes, I'd get back on my feet, drum another beat, say I'm sore, but I ain't gonna lose. And if I were a New Yorker, or from Nashville or some other town, I'd pick up my chin, say I'm in it to win, and nobody's gonna get me down.
Dolly?
Damn it! Oh, shoot. Spit up.
What are you doing?
I'm moving out. You were right. My writing career wasn't working out. I was wasting money thinking it will.
You can't just leave me.
You'll be fine. After all, you can sing on the subway.